Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. I have been solving math problems for GMAT out of this book here, the GMAT Review, the official guide, 11th edition. If you do not have this book, buy one immediately. You will find it at mba.com. The problem that I'm about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 167, problem solving 116. Let's take a look at it. Excuse me. It says, each dot in the mileage table above represents an entry indicating the distance between a pair of 5 cities. It's important that you have the book in front of you so that you can read with me. If the table were to extend it to represent the distances between all pairs of 30 cities and each distance were to be represented by only one entry, how many entries would there be in the table? Well, let's see. The table right now I have is 5 by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And here are my cities. A, B, C, D, and E. A, B, C, D, and E. The very first thing you should realize is that this diagonal is going to be empty. This diagonal is going to be empty. There is going to be nothing in it. Why? Because this table represents the distance between the pair of cities. Of course, they're not going to talk about the distance between the city A and city A. That will be silly. That's just 0. The distance from city B to city B is 0. C to C is 0. Therefore, this diagonal is going to be empty. So how many entries do I have for a 5 by 5 table? I'm going to understand that first, and then I'm going to extend it to a table which will be 30 times 30 by 30. Understand it. So here, if I want to find out how many pairs I would have 1, 2, 3, 4. Four pairs I will have that will be in the first row. Then I will have 1, 2, 3 pairs for the second row. 1 and 2 for the third row. And for the fourth row I'll have 1 pair, and that's it. For E I will have no pairs. Why? Because there is no point. See, there is no entry here, because the reason why there are no entries here is because this box here represents the distance from A to B, which is same as the distance from B to A. Since I already told you what the distance is from B to A, this distance right here, this entry is going to be same as that entry. So all of this is empty. So I'm going to extend the same pattern when I have a 30 by 30, and it's very simple. Since it is 5 by 5, if I want to find out how many pairs I have, I add up 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, which is exactly what I'm going to do now. Since it's 30 by 30, for a 30 by 30, it's going to start with 29. It's not going to start with 30. It's just like here. There are 5 here, and it starts with 4, n minus 1. It's going to start with 29, and it's going to go all the way up to 1. So you're going to have 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, and 20. Of course, in the real exam, I'm not going to write all this down. I'm just doing it just so you can understand it. How many entries are there? 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, of course. 10 of them. And then, of course, I will have 19, 18, 17, and all the way up to 11. I'm going to do it all of them. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10. There are 10 entries in this one. And similarly, I'll have 10 more, all the way up to 1. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. The 0 is this guy right here. It doesn't have, the last one is not going to have any entry. You see, for E there are no entries. Because we already, distance from E to A, we already presented that as distance from A to E. Distance from E to B is already there in B to E, and so on and so forth. And so on and so forth. E to B is this distance, which is same as E to B over here. This entry and that entry, they are mirror image of each other. All I have to do is just add up these numbers. That's how many entries I'm going to have. So let's do them very quickly here. Let's do them here. First I'm going to do is add up these numbers here. 8 plus 8 is 16 plus 1 is 17. 17 plus 7. 17 plus 7 is going to be 34. 34 plus 4 is 6 is 40. 45. 49. 52. 52. 54. 55. I think I made a mistake. Let me start again. 3, 6, 10, 15. So that's 15. 15 and 21, 28. 28 plus 10 would be 38. This is 36. 36 plus 10 would have been 46. So it's 45. Now this is 45. This is 45. It's important that you double check your work. That's it. We're almost there. If this is 45, how much is going to be the sum of this column? The sum of this column, I hope that you're able to see, it's going to be, well, we have 10 tens, 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus so on and so forth. There are 10 of them, so that's 100. And then we already know the sum of the unit digits is 45, so this is 145. What's going to be the sum of this column? Well, again, sum of the unit digit is 45, and then we have 10 20s. 10 20s are 200, so it's 245. That's it. Whatever the sum of these three numbers are, is what the answer is. Let's take a look at the answer choices. Well, actually, this is quite simple and straightforward. Where can I put it here? A, B, C, D, E. I'm going to actually write down the answer choices so that you can understand my logic here. 435, 450. I'm going to show you how to figure out. It's definitely not 900. 900 is for those people who are just sitting there and going 30 times 30. It does not occur to them, how can it be that simple? Why would this be in the exam if it were that simple? Just give me a second. It cannot be that simple. 30 times 30 is 900, but that cannot be. That's too simple. This is ridiculous. This is just 30 plus 30. This is a sucker answer, so I don't know who's going to sit there and pick. It has to be one of these three. Now here's what I'm going to say to you. You see, it's 245 plus 145 plus 45. That tells me that the last digit, it has to end in a 5. It has to end in a 5. It's not 450. It's either this guy or this guy. Let's find out. 40 plus 40 plus 40 is 120. 120 plus 10 is 130. And plus a 5, 135 is this one. That's all it is. The answer is B. And that's what it was. I hope you understood it. There are several other ways of solving this problem, but I thought this was probably the easiest and the simplest one to see intuitively as to what is going on here. Alright? So again, for a 5 by 5 table, when we see the entries, we realize that a 5 by 5 table starts with a 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Since it's 30 by 30, it's going to start with 29, it's going to go all the way up to 1. And all I have to do is add up all those numbers, 29, from 29 to 1. So I start with 29, and I go all the way up to 20, there are 10 entries there. And then I start with 19 and all the way up to 10, there are 10 entries there. And I start with 9 all the way up to 0, there are 10 entries there. All I have to do is add them up. So the first thing I did, I added up these numbers. It adds up to 45. If that adds up to 45, then this sum of this column has to be 145 because there are 10 tens. Everything else is the same. Similarly here, the sum of this column has to be 245 because there are 10 20s. I don't know why this blue marker is doing here, it's only confusing things. There are 10 20s, as you can see. There are 10 20s, there are 10 entries altogether. And so forth. Just add them all up. I think I made it worse. Anyway, it's too late now. I hope you found this helpful. Send me an email if you wish to buy the DVDs that I have, which contain the solutions to all the math problems, or if you wish to hire my services for personal private tutoring. I am located in Connecticut. Go to my website at www.prepforgmat.com and send me an email. Alright? Thank you. Subscribe to my channel at YouTube, and that way you will get this notification whenever I upload a new clip. Alright? Thank you.